everyone, and welcome to Everquest. Today we're talking about auras and how to use them effectively as you level up and gain experience and get towards level 100. So several different classes have auras. Enchanters, druids, clerics. I'm sure I'm forgetting some bards. As I have a box bard in my group, I forget that. Wow. The basics of auras are hit the Shift A button and you'll be able to bring up an aura window. As some classes do have the ability to run more than one aura. If you do have an aura, like monks and berserkers, some of them can only run one and they only have one. If I would encourage you guys to just take a look into your classes and just take a look at what the different auras are. But today, as I'm a Chanter main, I'm going to talk about Chanter auras and the different styles of auras that we have, and we're going to try and make this quick. So, the basics of it is, you go into your drop-down menu by right-clicking on the spell gem there, go into the auras category, and go into any of the ones that are available. Taking a look at calm, we have bucolic aura and placid assurance. So basically, your basic aura is going to start around where you are and kind of go full 360 circle around that player, and it will affect everyone in your group. If you're in a raid, it won't affect anybody else, just people in your party. So just take that into consideration as you're choosing your auras. And first of all, with calm, the calm tab, it doesn't really work the way that they say it's going to, and I'll kind of demonstrate this hopefully. So load this up, cast it up, and it's basically going to chain cast pacify around me. And let's see how our steam suit friend likes this. So as I get close, target him, and you'll notice he has the passy, and it failed. So still comes, he's coming to kill me. So basically the pacify aura, as it's triggering every couple seconds, has a chance to fail. And when it fails, he hates you. So we're going to kill this as we talk about the next one here in the next cycle. And basically with your auras, just consider this as a pulling tool. Basically, essentially, it's going to help you kill as many things as possible with as little effort as possible. And it's basically just a pull trains tool. Now with the Issolence line, you'll notice it has a green spell bar name. And with that, you can take a look at it, and I'll use the stare, which has a similar target type. Pulls up a lovely little green circle here around me, and I can basically place this wherever, and it will drop the aura right where in the center of that circle. So you can use this to selectively, pull trains if you like, if that's your style, or you can not use it at all, as I know a lot of chanters despise this aura and don't really understand why we have it. It's a situational tool. If you want to be pulling trains, sometimes it's nice. So we'll use that. We'll consider that as we go about our day, as I'm not really killing this, and I should be. Let's take a look at the next aura as this guy kind of beats my face in. So the next category is charm. As enchanters and bards, you have the ability to charm an NPC, and basically what that means is you take control of him, and he fights like a normal mage pet would, or anything like that. So he'll fight by your side. The one thing with charm is they have the ability to break free of your control. They check every 6 seconds to see if they have the potential to break, and if they do, they'll break and hit you or your friend or whoever decides to aggro him or whatever, and we'll be good to go. So by casting the charm aura, it will reduce the chances of that breaking by reducing the amount of checks that the mob makes against you. Now you'll notice you have two types of this. You have tempting aura and echo of temptation, and basically we'll go into the echo lines because it's right here. Basically, normally when you cast an aura, it makes a little NPC that follows you around, and the aura kind of goes with you. But when you cast an echo, it drops the aura at that position and makes a little sparkly so you can see where it is, and now I'm free to run away and my aura will stay with my friends. So taking a look at this, now you know that and how that works. So the echoes are in some of the other lines. Now we'll go into combat innates. And combat innates are mana reverberation, which is a magic-based direct damage additive effect. And basically what that means is whenever somebody casts a direct damage spell, it guarantees pretty much the chance to strike again. Mana recursion is a really cool spell. It's magic based on resist. It doesn't get resisted very often, and it has a bonus chance of striking up to 3 more times. So if I nuke something like this wood nymph here, well, it triggers, I don't really have the spell stuff here. It triggers my normal nuke, and then it has a chance of striking him again. So with that being said, that's really good to be running with casters, and we'll get into the different aura styles and stuff that we have and what type to be running with what. I just want to finish the categories here. Then we have Disempowering, which are basically little totems you can place in your position that will disempower the enemy. Arcane Disjunction Aura will place a totem at your location that will reduce magic resist, and Wake of Atrophy Aura will decrease the mob's hit points by 1%. So I'll just show you the one and how it works, and the other one is pretty much the same. So let's kill off Echo of Temptation here, and we will show you this. So basically, I summon it, summons a little totem, and if you look on this guy's buff bar here, it's already reducing his magic resist. This is also passive. It won't aggro anything. It just kind of functions like a normal whatever. It doesn't. The mobs don't really care about it. These guys were already hitting me from before, so let's kill these wood nymphs, because it would be embarrassing to die to these right now. So now that you understand the disjunction, well, when are these useful? Raids, especially, it's nice to be able to drop that magic resist a little bit more for your casters, as a lot of things are really, really good to be dropping magic resist for. So, and then raid mobs are also really affected by that Wake of Atrophy, as they have a lot more hit points than standard mobs. So even a 1% decrease when you are fighting a mob with 1,000,000+ hit points, 1% starts to add up really quick. So then we go into the Learning tab, and basically Channers have the ability to boost the experience gain of your group by 7%, I believe. And basically this does not stack with any other experience modifying effects. So if you're running a potion or less than the devoted, this won't work. So basically run this when your friends are just wanting to do a long-term burn. This will last 75 minutes, just like the other auras, effective as today's patch, and will just passively increase your groupmate's experience. And then we go into mana. We have two types here. We have the Echo and Aura, obviously, of each line, and we have two types of mana regen. We can give you mana regen, increasing your base mana regen by a certain amount every 6 seconds, or if you're running the Abstract Acumen line at 83, you can increase your group's mana pool, like the amount of mana they can hold, by 4,000. So that's pretty cool. Now we can go into Runic Radiance Aura, the Rune line, basically. Let's fire this up and take a look at it. It functions the same as mana recursion, so they have different slots, but they also are not going to last as long as your other auras. So if you're going to be running this, you're going to be babysitting this aura. You're going to keep out on your spell bar, as it's going to fade much faster than your other auras. So basically, let's let this pop up on my song list here, as that's where all these auras are going to go. And it's going to take its sweet time about it. But basically, it's just the same as mana recursion, as it has a set amount of charges, and absorbs, percentage of damage up to 5,000, up to a total. So basically, this is just like a percentage-based rune. It absorbs a percentage of incoming damage up to a certain percent, and then it fades. It'll go away. It's really nice for light tanks. If you have a tank that's getting his ass kicked, throw this up. It'll help him out. And that's pretty much self-explanatory. Runes reduce melee damage. Less melee damage equals less death. At higher levels, when you get to level 100, you'll get a spell line called Spell Focus. An Amplify Aura basically has charges on it as well. It doesn't last as long as the other auras, and it basically just increases the base spell damage of your spell. So what base spell damage is basically is the amount listed on the spell here. So in this case, with Mind Cleave, it's 21.8k, and it'll increase that base spell damage by 4%, so that's always fun. Again, we're going to get into when to use what. Twin Cast Aura. Twin Cast Aura lasts a long time, lasts 75 minutes, and has the chance to increase your chance to twin cast by 10%, I believe. And basically what this does, it increases the chance to twin cast. Basically what a twin cast is, if you cast a nuke, instead of the spell hitting them once, it'll hit them twice. So if you're running with a bunch of casters, it's a good idea to keep this up. And in most cases, this is what most enchanters are going to be running all the time. Visages, okay? This line of auras is completely underused by enchanters everywhere. Like I've never really run into an enchanter that uses this, but Aura of Horror increases your group's hate modifier. So every action that you do in this game generates hate and basically determines who gets struck in combat. Aura of Horror will will increase the amount of hate percentage gained per strike. So if you nuke something, it'll do more hate, and you'll be able to get more aggro. So if you're grouping with a tank that's a little light, it's a good idea to use a different version. These, I wouldn't use Aura of Horror because it affects everybody in your group, not just the tank. I would use more of like an Endless Glamour, reduce everybody else's hate mod, and then throw another hate mod on top of the tank to reverse the effect. So that's pretty much all there is for different aura selections. Now let's get into different variations and what to use. Most of the time, channers are caster-specific support classes. We're really good at amplifying caster damage, so you're going to be rolling with casters quite a bit. As you can see, my box crew in the back here, I've got a bard and a mage with me. So basically, what I'm going to be running most of the time is going to be twin cast aura and mana recursion, increasing the chance to twin cast and giving them that extra proc just passively as I go about my day, as this stacks with everything that I can also do additionally with AAs and other stuff like that. So twin cast and mana recursion for your base, okay, that'll keep you going through trash mobs and stuff. But if you're gonna throw a burnout and if you're gonna like do mad DPS real fast, go beast mode, you want to drop twin cast aura and you want to bring up amplifying aura. As Twin Cast Aura does not stack with the discipline, or AA actually I should call it, called Improved Twin Cast, okay? Wizards, magicians, channers, they all use this on their burn, and basically what it is, it's a guaranteed chance to twin cast. So that's gonna make your Twin Cast Aura disappear in your song window here, and you don't really want to be using it because it's not really effective. So basically, let's say you got a named mob in camp, you're going to be doing some major damage real quick, your group mates are going to burn, drop out Twin Cast Aura, throw in Amplify Aura to add that DPS back in, and then, using a spell gem here, you flip back over, throw Twin Cast back up, and then go back to your normal rotation. With timings and this like that, like you can time it so that your group mates doing burn, amplify aura, and mana recursion. You see that burn peter out, you watch your own twin cast. When your twin cast is out, drop amplify aura and bring twin cast aura back up. As your group is going to be coming out of burn, that twin cast aura will refresh on them and they'll be good to go in that aspect. Okay, if you're grouping with a light tank, or you're taking a lot of AE damage from melee, you're taking a lot of rampage, using that rune aura, the Runic Radiance Aura, will definitely increase your survivability. But another thing to take into consideration is runes generate aggro. Okay, so every time that rune refreshes, it's going to be giving you a little bit of a hate mod. It's a little bit tuned down with the auras, so it's not as noticeable, but it's something to consider. If you are dead, if you just died and you're getting back up, you got self-buff set loaded, which I described in another video. I actually tell you guys to put that mana regen aura up in there as you're trying to get back on your feet. You want to get your mana regen back up as quickly as possible. You want to pull trains, use Bucolic Aura or Quintessence Aura. Not that I recommend it, but there are some cases where groups are stable enough where you can be pulling lots of stuff into camp. Okay, if you're playing the puller role, you want to be using auras that have the echo line. So you can use the Issulance line as well, which is basically the same idea, which I showed you. You can target, the area, drop it on your camp, drop the echoes right in the camp there. You can go and you're free to pull and you're good to go again. And as you're out pulling away from camp, your group is still getting the passive benefits from your auras. So you're not really losing out on having anything by having the Enchanter pull. I understand that bards get this kind of same idea as well, and whatever. All right, so let's go into raiding a little bit, as I know a lot of you guys that watch my videos do raid, and that's definitely a big part of this game. So if you're in a raid group as a chanter, chances are you're going to have a druid healer. Okay, druids get a similar line to the mana recursion line called Wild Spark Aura. And it's a little bit less damage, and it's fire-based, whereas ours is magic-based and does more damage. But the cool thing about this is if you let the druid run fire or Wild Spark Aura, you're free to go and run Twin Cast and Amplify. So if you think about it, you're adding that extra aura slot in there, so you don't have to run mana recursion with the druid. They can do the Wild Spark for you, and you can just are free to flip and swap auras as you go. Okay. As a chanter, you're going to be thinking about your auras quite a bit. You're going to be swapping them out. So I always recommend having a floater gem, as I call them, or a gem that doesn't necessarily get bound to anything, that you're able to just right click, go into your auras, and flip out into whatever you please. Okay, if you're in an experienced grind group, Learner's Aura all day. Keep that up. Learner's Aura and Twin Cast. Okay, a lot of you guys have asked me for boxing. Okay, this is preference based. If you think that you can keep mana recursion going and whatever, you can set some audio triggers for it. The chaotic orbs fade. Take a look at Alakazam. Take a look at the spell with the effect when it fades. It'll show you a text bar if you want to add audio triggers to that, so it'll tell you what's up. Otherwise, if you're a boxer and you want something that's like less, maintenance, I guess, you can run like Twin Cast and like mana regen. Yeah, sure, you lose the mana recursion, but overall, you're going to be adding more to your group because you're going to be giving mana back to your group. So usually when I box, I'm really familiar with my Enchanter, so I will run Twin Cast and mana recursion. But for somebody that's like maining the mage and using the Enchanter as like a debuff bot or something like that, running 2 passive auras that are going to last that 75 minutes will definitely decrease the amount of clicks that you're going to use, and you're going to be using less thought process, I guess, to keep things going, simplifying things up a little bit. Now that pretty much ends it off for me for aura videos, guys. As always, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns about what you see in my video, please shoot me an email at dandingaming@gmail.com. I try my best to answer all you guys' questions, and thank you so much for the support and suggestions for the videos. As you guys are really the inspiration for this, and you guys are the reason that I make these. So keep shooting those comments. Let me know what's going on. Like and subscribe to the channel to see more content uploaded as often as I can. I initially said daily, but then I realized the amount of editing and stuff that really goes into this. So it hasn't really been that way. So I apologize for that. I'm trying to get as much content up as possible for you guys, as there has been a lot of different requests and stuff. So keep it up. Guys, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want to see. Ask questions, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. Post on the forums. Get educated. Talk amongst the community there, as there's a bunch of great players on the forums there that are willing to help out as many people as possible. And until next time, we'll see y'all later. Dandin out.